Hey everyone, Story Skeptic here. Today marks the first of what I hope to be many reaction videos that I plan on doing on this channel. So stay tuned and we'll take this journey together. The first series that we're going to jump into is going to be Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. It's an action adventure anime. I don't know too much about it yet. Just know that it has a magic system and has this really cool old school animation style. Will I like it? Maybe. We'll see. So let's not waste any more time. This is Season 1, Episode 1, The Journey's End. So it looks like passages from I don't know, different mage historians or something. I wonder if that's a central part of all this. Also, I am watching the dub. I might get hate for that, but...
The royal capital's in sight.
They're celebrating the triumphant return of their heroes.
We'll have to start looking
Walls
for work
remind me
soon.
of Attack on Titan.
You're already concerned about employment?
Slaying the Demon King was one chapter, but read on. For we've stories
So
yet
they've
to
already
tell and lives yet to
killed
live.
whatever boss. I guess that's why it's the Journey's End. Was that the journey?
Drink on.
Very priestly, sir.
I don't know, is she the magic builder? Do they live longer than normal people? Are they all not? It's nice, a hero's return, big festivals.
Himmel the hero, Eisen the warrior, Heiter the priest, and Frieren the mage.
Okay, so that's Frieren.
You have our wholehearted thanks for defeating the Demon King.
I guess they all have
Your
different
efforts
abilities.
have launched our world into an age of prosperity and peace.
Oh, that's cool. Or it's magic enabled. I love how over it she is. She just seems like she's over everything already. Well, she has a long life. I wonder how old she actually is, currently.
It's over, isn't it?
Indeed. This is the moment our grand adventure ends.
That's a priest. Are priests allowed to drink? Because that's definitely ale he's holding.
Looking back, our memories sound terrible, don't they? But I had fun. You made this quest the journey of my lifetime.
Aw.
Thank you all.
I feel the same way.
Our adventure was a mere 10 years.
A mere 10? But that's a full decade, spent on one job. I mean, look at Heiter. He's turned into an old man right before our eyes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the visuals here are just really good.
The Era meteor shower happens once every 50 years. Our era of peace couldn't be welcomed in a more perfect way.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
The view from inside the city isn't very good.
I'm trying to have a moment here. Don't spoil the
She's
mood.
so negative.
Next time, then. I know a good place. I'll take us there when the opportunity arises in 50 years.
Are half of them gonna be alive in 50 years?
What's
Or is that
wrong?
why he's laughing?
Nothing.
Yeah, that city reminds me of Attack on Titan. This style of architecture and the walls.
I suppose I should be leaving.
Mapped out your next adventure?
For the next 100 years, give or take. I intend to travel around the central lands collecting new spells.
The way elves see this world is a mystery.
So she's an
This
elf.
must look like a trifling thing.
Yeah, I hope the next time she sees them, they aren't all passed away. And I wonder what is her max capacity or her life expectancy? Does she just never die? Is she immortal? Or is it just a super extended life? I don't know, I guess we'll see. Yeah, just the animation and just the visuals of this entire show is just gorgeous already. It's only 5 minutes
I'm
in.
afraid we don't have anything like that here. The last time I saw a shadow dragon must have been a few decades ago.
How unfortunate. I needed one for summoning. Come to think of it, I took a horn from the Demon King's castle. I asked Himmel to store it.
You do see that it's exuding some sort of evil aura, don't you? Is that dangerous to people?
I don't know.
That's awfully reassuring.
Sierra
She's
meteor
just so
shower should be
nonchalant.
Frieren?
Himmel, is that...
Oh wow.
You're near ancient.
Must you be so blunt? Considering my advanced age, I'm still quite handsome, yes?
Yeah, you aged, buddy. Like, you aged pretty bad.
About the item we looted from the Demon King's castle.
If you're referring to the Shadow Dragon horn, I've thought about that blasted thing every day since you left. My cabinet has been exuding an evil aura for decades now.
Sorry, I think. Though you do know you could have stashed it in a shed or something of the like.
But in my eyes, this horn was a treasure entrusted to me by a dear friend for safekeeping.
Aw.
I had to keep it in perfect condition until I could return it to you.
It's truly nothing greater than a convenient ingredient.
Is that just like a summoning animal? Is that just takes her to her, I don't know, her like keep? I wonder what happened to the rest of them. Like the priest, like he was a bit older, he looked at least, so
What's taking so long?
is he dead?
You don't exactly have any hair to fuss over.
We bald men have our particularities. Quickly now, the meteor shower won't wait for man nor elf.
Oh, he's still alive. He doesn't, I mean, he aged, but he's not
Still
like
not for padding.
ancient.
At least you're much the same as ever, Eisen.
Funny, is that how I seem?
You are a dwarf, after all.
Where is this place of meteors?
Do
and
dwarves
miracles?
age slow too, or? He had a full life.
In all truthfulness, I hardly knew anything about him.
Why does he look? He aged so much faster than everyone else, or at least
Wasn't
the
nearly
priest.
enough time to learn.
I was just crying.
I was aware that human lives are short. But this... Why didn't I try to better know and understand you?
Before I go, let me get a good look. This will likely be the last time that I see you.
Why, are you unwell?
My years of drinking had to catch up with me at some point.
Divine retribution.
If
Jesus.
either of you find yourselves
Literally.
in the Holy City, offer me a bottle at my grave.
Does the thought of dying not cause you any fear?
We're the party of adventurers that saved the world. I'd like to think our seats in heaven have long been reserved.
Yeah, I wonder like what role the faith has in this universe. Like, is it, you know, a single god?
Well,
Is it a series
I
of
should be on
gods?
the road then too.
Is there a god at
To
all?
collect more spells.
Like, and I
Where's
wonder
that?
what that has on like
But I
fighting,
also wish to
I don't
learn
know,
more
the
about
Demon King.
humankind.
Like, was that important and what there with you. I guess like it all seems pointless, like building these relationships. It must be lonely. I wondered, like, do other mages or elves, do they live together, like colonies?
Offer at your grave. Would you like a drink?
I gave the stuff up.
Ah. I doubt the goddess will forgive you. You're far too close to corpsehood to clean up your act now.
The goddess.
Kitty?
Who is she?
Her name is Fern. She was orphaned by the wars in the southern lands.
There's a lot of world building.
I had a few errands to run in the Holy City, and I want to learn more about those I have met and will meet on my travels.
I have a request. Might you take on an apprentice? Fern has potential as a mage, but needs adequate training.
She'd only get in my way. We both know how often apprentice mages die in battle. I will not send a child my friend asked me to care for to her death.
This was unearthed from the tomb of Avig the Sage. Inside this grimoire, there is said to be a wealth of lost spells with powers ranging from resurrection to immortality.
I find it hard to believe that such magic exists.
That's part of the reason why I'd like you to decipher it. Up for the challenge?
Why do you want these spells deciphered in the first place? You told us that death doesn't worry you.
When I said I wasn't afraid to die, I may have been more concerned with my perceived courage than the truth of my words. More than that, my fear has grown since we spoke on the matter. And even if immortality is out of my grasp, I'm not ready to go just yet. I'll take any more time that I can.
There you are. I could scarcely find any trace of you. Are the woods your usual training grounds?
I know I can be hard to find, but I didn't think someone like you would have that same trouble. Master Hyder never knows where I am. He says I'm practically invisible.
It's true. I can barely detect her presence. Her control over her mana is exceptional.
Oh wow.
How much could she have studied at such a young age?
Change of heart?
Master Hyder said, once I'm able to blast a hole in that rock, I'll be a proper mage.
Huh. His idea is a decent one. That's a...
Oh wow.
Do you like magic?
I like it somewhat, I guess.
In that, we're alike.
Nice. Well, that was episode 1. Thoughts so far? It's really cool. Visually, again, it's stunning. It's really cool, and even the ending's really cool. Even the little girl Fern, you know, I feel like it's always in a very typical anime trope where it's like those with intense gifts or strong gifts or like strong penchant for magic, or like, I don't know, just the strong, they never want the power that they have. So just some random thoughts. One of the things that I see that it's like a primary focus for the show is just like the idea of like longevity and like how long someone lives. I'm just curious how that's going to play out in the show. You know, like the priest even says like just a few more years will help him. So I wonder, like, you know, is that going to continue to be a big focal point for the rest of the show? Is that just like kind of a fleeting thought? Because it's like it's been mentioned many times, and it's kind of just like the central theme that, you know, she's staying young for, you know, all these years, and everyone around her is aging. So I'm just curious how that's going to play out for the rest of the series. I also like the world building. It's very subtle in the show, especially on this first episode. Like, they gave us a lot of information without just like throwing it at us. You know, they mentioned, you know, the Holy City. They've mentioned, you know, the Southern Lands. You know, they've mentioned all these different things. They've even mentioned, you know, like the goddess. she was talking about whenever talking about, you know, him drinking on a consistent basis. It's too late for him. You know, I'm just curious what other elements are going to be added to the show. Another thought is, you know, she mentions that there are so many dangers to, you know, taking on an apprentice, and like, you know, that taking on an apprentice with Fern would only slow her down. So, you know, how often does that happen? Like, is that just like kind of frowned upon nowadays? Is that not something she wants to do? Is it because like of her fight with the Demon King? Like, you know, she doesn't want to sacrifice somebody. You know, is that still kind of like a common practice? And where are the other mages at? You know, where are the other magic users? You know, how did she learn, you know, the magic that she has? And, you know, and what really existential threats are there now that the Demon King is gone? You know, it's been 70 years by the end of this episode since he's been, you know, defeated by her. You know, what other threats are out there? What issues do they have? And like, kind of what is the purpose of, you know, those with magic besides just living at this point? So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe below. It would mean the world to me. I'm trying to see exactly how frequently I will be posting these reaction videos. Since this is my first one, I got to see how long it's going to take, you know, to upload, to properly edit, and all the things associated with that. So we shall see. But until next time, everyone, thanks.